Man, Sean, what are you saying?
What you saying? What you saying?
Can you hear me clearly, by the way? It's smooth.
Yes. Hang on, let me turn it
So
up. It's a
no.
bit quiet.
What was the meeting saying?
Uh, yeah. Sometimes I feel like these meetings are it's just a catch up. It's just a social meeting. It gets to the
How many
point
people on the
where
meeting? Is it like a big whole group thing, or is it just like your specific team?
it's like my team basically. So it's like the team that I work in. It's like a quick catch up update. What are you saying? What are you saying?
Okay.
How's things going?
Simple.
So it's mine. It's not too bad, but obviously, it's because it's every week. Not much is
Mm,
changing every week. Do you get what I'm
mm,
saying? Especially now the build up to
mm.
Christmas. Same thing. I'm busy. That's literally what everyone's saying. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm busy.
I swear. To be
Yeah.
fair, I have something similar. Like my 1:30 meetings are similar, but it's like it's
What are they
more.
saying?
Obviously, we work in sales, so it's like how's the day going?
Yeah.
See what's working with people, see what's not working with people, see if there's anything we can improve. That's what I want mine at 1:30. But I
Yeah.
guess we have ours every day though, so it's just like a quick
Yeah.
one,
Busy every
two, one,
day.
two. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes we play like a game or something.
That's-
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. This morning we were doing one thing. I was like, oh yeah, uh, we're just going around here and just saying if we were ice cream, like what ice cream would we be? Just like an
yeah.
ice. I don't even know. Just like
Little
a
icebreaker. Little icebreaker.
little icebreaker, bro. I even said vanilla, bro. Simple, straight to the point,
Yeah, well,
effective.
straight to the point. No, people hate vanilla, but I think vanilla's cold. Keep it simple. Vanilla's
No,
simple. Keep it simple. Just
simple.
jokes. Even on this meeting, there's this woman in my office, and she couldn't give two tosses about these team meetings, which is fair enough. I
Simple.
fully get it. Like in her head, she's like, I'm a secretary. Why the hell am
Mm,
I joining these team meetings in the first place? None of it's got to do with me
mm,
anyway. You never address me, so why the hell am I
mm.
even here? So all she does simply, she joins the meeting, minimizes it, put it in the corner, plays Candy Crush.
Simple.
Nah,
Man said Candy Crush, you know.
yeah, well,
Yeah, I've never played that game before, you know.
neither,
I've never
neither.
played
I've
it.
never played that game. Remember there was that phase where everyone was addicted to it. I never,
Word.
ever played that game. But nah, she
Word.
loves it. But
I even hear it.
nah, John, I didn't even
Hey, by
tell
the
you,
way, yeah.
man.
Go,
What
go,
you,
go, go, go.
what you saying? Oh no, I didn't even tell
I'm
you.
going to say something after, but tell me your thing
Okay,
first.
now this is a bit of a mad one. So yesterday, I was driving
Yeah.
to work, as you do, same old, normal day, just driving to work. Everything's calm, cool.
Uh-huh.
I'm like maybe 5 minutes from the turn off, just to turn
Uh-huh.
off onto Whitstable now, and
Uh-huh.
so I hear like a pop, like it's a bang, bang. I'm like,
In the whip or outside the whip?
that's the point. I didn't know. I was
Okay,
shook.
okay, cinema,
I
cinema,
was shook.
cinema.
Do you know, I was
Uh-huh.
shook. So obviously now I'm thinking, rah, what was that? I'm thinking either tire pops, because to be fair, my tire light signal, like on my car, it's been beeping for weeks, and
And
I'm
then you
thinking,
just want to ignore it. You said, you know
I'm,
what,
I'm,
let's
I'm
just
ignoring it. So I've been thinking, you know what? This is it now. This is it. When the light is shining for a reason. This is what's
simple,
gonna happen.
simple, simple.
So that's what I'm thinking now. Rah, what was that? Oh, it's the tire. This is long. In my head, I'm thinking now. AA, thinking I have to get out of the whip on the
Mm,
side of the motorway. Cool. I'm like, hang on though, but no, I'm clocking. Everything's fine. And then I
mm,
look at my screen on my
mm.
what's it, windscreen. I'm seeing there's a crack. So a stone,
Swear.
I don't know how it's happened, but it clearly must be a situation where like a stone has like flew off. Maybe someone's wheels spun it up,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's hit
yeah,
my
yeah.
front screen, crack, and I'm like, raw, this is mad.
Swear. And it made a noise like that.
No, it was a bang. Like it
Swear.
was a bang. I was like, raw, what's this? So anyway, now um driving,
Mm,
I'm thinking, okay, this is a situation that's a bit mad, but it's not escalated. It's calm. Cool. Just get to work and you'll be fine. So I'm driving
mm.
now. I still got maybe like 10 minutes left of the commute, and I'm seeing now a line is like building up from
Expanding.
from the
Yeah,
point of
yeah, 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 yeah.
impact, from the
Simple, simple,
epicenter. The line is.
simple, simple.
I'm like, nah, this is getting long. The line is growing as I'm driving. I'm thinking this could get ever so slightly long. So I'm thinking,
No,
nah,
it
this
can.
is actually
It
deep.
can.
So I get to work now. The line is done out. I get on the phone to my insurance company, push straight through
Mm.
to Autoglass. Quick, quick.
John, I was even gonna say, you know that auto glass advert, bro.
It
I
was
still remember that auto glass
also
repair.
repair, Autoglass replace.
Simple, simple.
These, my insurance company have it's like a paired partnership thing that they have
Oh,
together.
with them,
So
okay.
yeah, no, it's actually efficient, because sometimes it's like these are the only guys that are doing it anyway. There's no point in us doing
Mm.
this. I'll put you through to him. Just get me straight to the guy that I need to speak to get this
Straight
sorted.
in.
So
I
I was
even
like,
hear it.
cool. Get on the phone now to this lady. So
Hmm.
she's so nonchalant about it. And I honestly, I could have told her that I flew through the front window screen. She would have given me the same mellow tone, nonchalant response.
Imagine she's getting thousands of calls per day, bro.
She
You get what I'm
doesn't
saying?
care. Like she actually
Yeah.
doesn't give a toss. Like I think she's heard it to the point where she's so numb to the sound
Mm.
of like just the same thing every single day, which is just like, I know what you're gonna say. I know the response. I know the buttons to press next, which is mad because slight tangent, but
Mm.
have you clocked like there's one thing I've clocked about I think like a couple months ago I had to go to hospital.
Swear.
Yeah, it was just because I hurt my hand. I hurt my hand at work.
Okay.
And it was a thing where I cut my hand and I was
Mm.
in A&E now. And when I was there, the what happened? So I went to the reception and obviously this was like a pretty deep cut for me anyway. I was a bit shook. I was like, raw, and it was bleeding quite a bit.
How did
And
that even happen, man? How did that even happen?
it was when I was at work, so it was like there was like a, I don't know how to describe it. You know, you have the fridge doors. I used to work, obviously when I used to work at Sainsbury's. You have like the fridge doors. You have
Hmm.
there basically there's like a handle, and the handle has like a what's it?
As
It's
in
like
the fridge at the back, like the fat fridge at the back. Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
So it's at the back
yeah,
now.
yeah,
So obviously now the fridge at the back it has like this protective handle, which obviously
yeah. Uh-huh.
where you grab onto it. But there's one which they've chosen not to replace because apparently these fridges cost however much they cost, too much to replace. So they've left it
So,
without a protective handle. I've been saying for time that this is not safe.
yeah, word.
I was like, a customer's gonna hurt themselves, and it's gonna be on us. So obviously
Yeah,
now
yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, yeah, okay, cool, calm. Now I'm in the morning now pulling the cages, and
Mm.
I pull the cage, and it catches my hand. I'm like, rah! And
Rotted.
it was one of the ones that was so deep that I didn't even have time to even process what was happening. I was like, I just need to not be here right now. Like,
Yeah,
this is what I'm not need to be.
yeah,
So obviously now I go to A&E now, walk up to the lady, hands done
yeah.
out. I'm bleeding.
Mm.
I'm
Mm.
in my head, I'm bleeding out now.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I've got a limited time
I can
left.
imagine. I can imagine what you were
Word,
gonna say. I can
word.
imagine what you were gonna
I
say.
just, I go up to the desk and I'm like, oh, my hand. And she was like, okay, so I need to take your name,
100.
your address. I was like,
And then asked you, did you drive here today?
yeah,
Did you drive here today?
what the
Yeah.
hell does that have to do with anything? I was
Simple,
like,
simple,
what
simple,
questions are
simple.
you asking me? John,
100.
I was so perplexed as to how little of a toss she gave. But then when I sat down in reception, I thought, hang on a second, I didn't blame her.
Nah, word.
It's the
You
same
can't
thing every single day.
every day,
Like
every
it's to
day,
the
bro.
point where she sees people probably die at her front desk, and at this
Mm.
point now, it's so just like blasé about it that it's like it's not. It
It's what it is, isn't it?
is what it is, which is mad.
Another
That's
day
why
in
I
the
think
office.
like just day to day. I feel like everyone's job in general is just one of them
Mm.
things where the more you do it, the more it's just like it is what it is. Like it's not that deep.
Now, what? To be fair, that's why some people even look for jobs in it, where they're like, you know what, I want something different every day.
Mm.
Which is why I get this is the whole big argument in it. Like, how much do you look for a job that you can just actually be passionate about and get that? You know what I'm saying? So you don't get that monotony.
Mm.
But I don't know. I guess there's not a lot of people that have that. That I'd say, let's say the blessing or the luck to actually find something. Like the average person, that's what their day is like. They're just doing the same thing every day.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just think like that, innit? But I
Can I ask a
guess
question?
go on.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a scenario. If you had, okay, what would you choose? Would you choose to
Mm,
work a different job every day? So this let's assume you have a family at this point, yeah. Would you choose to
mm,
work a different job every day? There's
mm.
no financial stability of it, but you're guaranteed that the jobs you're doing are going to make you happy. Or would you do a job which you knew was going to have a constant influx of money? Your family's comfortable. Money's not even a worry like that, but it's a job that you hate. But your kids are
See
happy.
now, now. Okay,
Because I've thought
now.
about this one. This one's mad.
But you know what it is? There's so many different factors.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question about the situation.
Okay.
If I do the second job whereby I have the influx of the bread,
Mm.
but it's not something I like, can I do something outside of the job in my
No,
own
no,
time?
no.
You can't.
This is just your
This is
main.
everything.
This is everything. This is your everything, John.
You even mocked it. You even mocked it. Okay, say no more. And then also, I'm not gonna lie. I'm leaning towards the second one. I am leaning towards the second one,
Mad.
whereby
Yeah.
if I have a family and they're happy, I'm leaning towards that thing.
And
Because
yeah, go on.
then again, it also depends on what exactly is the job.
Okay. Okay. What is your idea of? I'm trying to think of a job. I'm trying to think.
I couldn't pattern the doctor thing. Doctor thing, I could not pattern that.
Hmm.
I
Actually,
couldn't
yeah. Okay.
pattern.
Yeah, yeah. Because
I couldn't pattern. I probably couldn't pattern this. That's probably the number one thing. I'm like, yeah, I can pattern that. I can
the
pattern
thing
that.
is, I couldn't. Likewise, I couldn't pattern the doctor thing. But even when I was in A&E, one thing that I thought that was mad is that these doctors, do you know how specialized in everything they are? Like
Hmm.
in terms of that day, there was maybe about 10 patients in A&E. All of
Hmm.
us had pretty much different things. Broken leg, me had a
Hmm.
cut, someone had a head injury. This guy could switch his brain so quickly to adjust to
No word.
a new person, which I think is mad. Like I think it's actually crazy that in one evening he's had to switch from a broken leg 1 second to a head trauma
No word.
second after. Then he's sitting with me straight after a hand injury. I'm like, that is mad. So as much as I couldn't pattern it, but I kind of think I would enjoy it. In terms of it's always
Yeah.
different. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's one of the things. I don't have the minerals to be learning all
Hmm.
this stuff, but I think if you're doing it, I think there's some jobs like that. I feel like you just have to love it. Like you have to actually love it.
I think to be fair, if I was forced to be a doctor, I'd find ways
Mm.
to enjoy it. I'd find ways, even though it's long. And these men work long hours as well. I'm pretty sure long hours. But to be fair, I think I just find a way. There's something you can do that you can just make it a little bit more enjoyable for yourself. And then, if we take it back to the second example, if you're getting slapped down the bread and the family's calm, I would just have to take it on the chin. But what are you saying though? What are you leaning towards? Which one's
The
your
thing is, I'll be honest. I'll go with the same. But the thing is, like the reason behind it, and I think it's the reason why behind a lot of people do a lot of jobs that they don't end up enjoying, is
hmm,
based on the fact that once you start having kids, like the bond you have with your child is
hmm,
compared to none other. As in,
hmm,
you and your wife, yeah, that's your wife in it. But you, essentially it's an agreement which made between you and another person to say that we're going to be
yeah,
together. Whereas your
yeah,
child is that's you.
stand up,
Genetically,
stand up,
it's
yeah, yeah,
you,
yeah.
and you'll do absolutely anything for it, including putting yourself through the worst thing in life just to see them happy. Do you get what I'm saying?
But Sean, do you know what the peak thing is though? Do you know what the peak thing is? So we've assumed that if you do the job you don't like, you're gonna get slapped the bread.
Yeah,
Most people, they're doing a job they don't like, but they also don't get slapped the bread, bro.
that's what I'm saying. But do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Because it's
No.
it's also to do with risk as well. Because some people
Hmm.
might have a job, they might not be getting paid bread, but there's not a guarantee that if they go elsewhere, they're going to get paid any more.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like a thing where it's
True.
like, this isn't what I want to be doing. It's not putting me in a position where I'm financially comfortable, but I can't risk
Yeah.
leaving and going elsewhere.
Nah, word. Do you know? It even remind me, yeah, what you were saying about the doctor switching. It even remind me about the topic I was going to talk about. Yeah, it's
Mm.
slightly off topic, but it links.
No, go on.
Is you know how you're saying, all right, cool. So you go to A&E, and these guys can switch from one topic to another topic. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm thinking, would you? And this is the next topic though. Would you, at some point, maybe not now, but be comfortable if you went to the hospital and instead of a human serving you, it was AI, and they knew like specific, like they could research. I put your hand here. Let me scan the thing. Say no more. The problem is, and they could scan it. Would you be comfortable with that? Even though technically they're going to be
Mm.
smarter, or would you're like, no, 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 I need a human.
Mm. I feel like I need a human, purely because
Hmm.
as much as okay, maybe in that situation the receptionist, the emotional empathy wasn't there, but I feel like doctors, I don't know if they have to learn how to do this, but they have. I feel like they have to learn a little bit of an emotional empathy, and in the sense of
For sure.
in a situation like that, let's say I go to A&E now, and it's like let's
Hmm.
say a much more uh, life threatening situation. In terms of that situation, there, I need someone to tell me it's going to be calm. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Same time though, Sean, do you prioritize the emotional support or them getting it right. Because at the same time, yeah, you see
Yeah.
some doctors they mess it up, bro.
Word,
So
word.
which one's more important?
I
Because
think I
if
have to
now the
see.
AI is
I think
mm,
that's I think you know what? Yeah, that's mad. You know, I think for me it would have to depend on. But that's the thing. I wouldn't have a choice to depend. It's either I go for it or I don't. Okay, maybe in that
mm,
situation, probably the AI. I'm taking the AI
is what I'm saying, this
because
is nuts. Mm,
because like human nature, fight or flight, you will do whatever you can to stay alive. And if I know that there's
mm,
a slight better chance of me surviving using this AI than using a human, I'm going for the AI
mm.
every day of the week.
But this is what we're even saying though. So if we're saying that at some point even doctors can get replaced, it's even nuts. And this is what I was even want to talk about. I don't even know if you've been following the AI, like the OpenAI news. Do you know about OpenAI? Like the company that made
Mm.
ChatGPT.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
basically,
yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So basically,
I've used it.
I don't know how much you. What are you saying?
I've used it.
100. But
As
this is
a
what I'm saying.
real,
I
as a
don't know how much
real.
you know about it yet. But you
Yeah,
know, a movie is unfolding, bro. Basically, like
I
the
swear.
CEO and stuff. Like literally, as we speak, he got like. It's a long story, but basically, that guy got fired
Mm.
on like Friday. So
I swear.
imagine, yeah, this company when they made it, like bare people came together. I think it was like Elon and a couple other people. They made it. It's supposed to be this non-profit, yeah.
Mm.
Cool. Long story short, I think in like 2019 or something, they've switched how the company is. So it's now it's not like a full normal company, like full profit. They can make profit now, but there's like a cap on it. It's kind of weird. So before
Mm.
it was a non-profit, but now it's not like a full profit. But it's kind of weird because the idea is that they wanted to create a company that would be like an open playing field for all AI to be built on. So it's not like unfair monopoly with AI. Bearing in mind
Mm.
the potential consequences to humanity, Say no
Mm-hmm.
more. So obviously now they've released ChatGPT. Obviously, bare things have come out. Think about it though. Relatively speaking, this company has come from nowhere, and they've managed to pattern. Like if you think about AI, and most people think about ChatGPT, like
Yeah.
how did these man beat Google? They beat Apple, all of these dons to making that Facebook. They beat all these men to it, yeah, to
Mm.
making that go-to AI product. Obviously, more things are going to come out,
Mm.
but the point is, this guy, the CEO of the company, he's been fairly successful. I don't really know him. I've never been to San Francisco, but the point is, it seemed like everyone was happy with him.
Yeah.
On Friday, the board fired him randomly in it,
They
and
said,
basically
big
there's
man,
been this
it's time
back
to
and
go.
forth. Yeah, but you know the bad thing is though, you know the baddest thing is he's
Yeah.
back.
He's back. He's back.
He's back in the company, man. No, sure, it's been they're gonna make a movie. Yeah, basically it's even nuts because I think they have like 700 and something employees. Over
Yeah.
700 of them signed a letter saying, "Listen, if you're kicking this guy out, we're going as well."
Yeah,
And then
well,
Microsoft said,
they
"Look,
back, they
we'll
back
take
their
you."
boy. I
They
love that.
back their boy. But I guess my main thing is it's kind of a side story, but I guess the main thing is that rotted because part of the supposed problem was that he was too. I don't know how true this is, but supposedly he was too aggressive with trying to improve, advance. And some people on the board wanted to say, "Relax, this AI thing, like relax, is going too quickly in it. Like we need to check, make sure
Mm.
that we're not kind of let's say advancing too quickly because we've got to bear in mind humanity. If humanity's ready for it, we can actually check the security of what we're releasing, all of that good stuff. No,
Mm.
so I guess the question is like, how do you actually, especially from the viewpoint of a lawyer, how do you view this AI thing playing out? Is it something that you guys worry about, and do you guys even use it in your jobs?
Mm. No, it's mad. I think I was saying it to you the other day. We were
Mm,
chatting about it, and I was saying how AI is the way it's come out of nowhere, and that it's been like a thing where it's like it's always been there, which is mad.
mm,
Because when you look at history, there's always when you look back at any key event, there's always like a what's the word? What was it we learned in history? It was like there's always
the
a
trigger,
the
the trick,
trigger, like there's a trigger
yeah, yeah,
moment.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
like to which starts it all off. Like what was the
yeah.
World War One? World War was it World War Two?
You
It
know
was
that guy that, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. What's it? No,
When they
World War
invaded Poland,
One
or what it was,
was the assassination of the what's it?
Franz Duke Ferdinand or something
Yeah,
like that, bro.
Franz Duke
Simple,
Ferdinand. It was, and then World
simple,
War
yeah.
Two, Hitler got vexed because of the treaty. He was like, "What are you man doing? What the
Hundred.
hell are you signing that?"
Yeah, yeah. Man, like the treaty of Versailles, bro.
Yeah, word. So in that sense, I feel like the AI is that I cannot tell you a pinpoint a date or even a period of time when it actually happened. It just felt like it's just been there in the sense of
Mm.
it's always been there, and even in terms of like the way it's been used. So, for example, the way it was used for me first, when I ever first saw it used in law, was when I was doing my masters, and there was this guy on my course that just said, "Oh yeah, just casually, oh, there's this thing called Chat GPT, and it can help you with like looking up case law and stuff like that." I was like, "What the hell are you on about?" And it was a thing where I
Simple.
used it the first time. I was like, "Raw, he's not lying."
Efficient.
Um,
No, efficient.
but there's also, I feel like a negative, a slight
Mm.
maybe a slight negative perception of it in the sense of that, and I get it in the sense of to be a lawyer before in my opinion before COVID happened, before all this lockdown stuff happened, because remember I had exams that were online.
Mm.
So it took a lot of things out of it, such as having to learn all the cases for my exams, to have to actually
Mm.
um, understand all the case law. Majority of it was literally you have a textbook, open book, do it at home. It was literally comprehension, essentially
Mm.
comprehension, which you do. Anyone can do in primary school, and then you just write a 3,000 word essay. So it took a big chunk out of it. So if I'm being completely honest, the knowledge of lawyers today compared to pre-COVID already is
It's
there's
dropping. Yeah, yeah,
disparity is
yeah,
mad.
yeah.
So on
Yeah.
top of that, now you're now trying to include this AI thing now and say chat GBT and all that stuff. I feel like these people before COVID are slightly vexed in the sense of you're mocking it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
As in,
Yeah, yeah.
I've had to go through all this to become to get to this point, and you lot haven't even done exams properly, and now you want the addition of AI on top of it. So I
I
feel
hear
like
it.
it's a thing of I feel like it will have to get to a point where they just have to accept it and integrate it because that's just the world we're coming to.
No, I will do. And this is what I'm even saying, because obviously now there's two polar opinions. There's the one side that's like, all right, cool. This is going to be cold, bro. Like, AI is going to
Mm,
make life better. It's going to be fantastic. People are going to be like, what we're going to be able to do is nuts.
yeah.
And then the flip side is, this is going to be peak for humanity. Like, because think about it, if it gets to the point where these men are smarter than humans, why can't they, like, it's kind of like the movie stuff. Like, why can't they just get rid of humans? Like, they don't even need us if they're smarter than us
Word,
and they can actually learn themselves to become smarter. They don't need
word.
us. So even like, if you were to say on a scale, yeah,
Mm,
10 being this is going to be peak in terms of yeah, we're done out as humans, and
mm.
0 being like okay, now this is going to be cold for us. Where would you say you are on the scale?
I personally think it's going to be cold for us. As in, well, what was
Okay,
that? Yeah, no,
so
because
close to zero,
this
close
this
to
is the
zero.
thing as well. This is the thing. Human nature, yeah, we're scared of what we
Mm,
don't know. So in
mm,
every situation where there's something which always looks slightly threatening, we take the stance of, oh, right, no,
mm,
that's not going to be good for us. Because if let's say, for example, think of it, yeah, let's think of it maybe 1,000 years ago. If you were to hold up an iPhone to
mm,
your average Viking or peasant or whoever it was at that period of time, Henry VIII, whoever. If you showed it to him, he's gonna be shook. He's gonna be, what the like they're all gonna be shook. But as in
mm,
today's age, it's always, oh, I need a phone. Like I actually need it for everything. It helps me conduct like my day to day life in a orderly
mm,
fashion smoothly. So the same sense of this AI thing, because like you said, the board said to him, they were like, you know what, yeah, relax, because they know that human nature is be fearful of what you don't know. So
mm,
I think it can get to a point where it can be so naturally integrated into our day to day. It can be used as the same way we use our phones in the sense of it just helps me conduct my day to day life. I need my phone to call people, to do this, to do that, to book this, to book that, pay for this, pay for that. Calm. So like for example, like I see it in law. If one way I think you can integrate it in law is that a lot of people actually don't understand what the law means, like, and that's fair
mm.
enough. I can't be giving people contracts, this, that, the other, and expect them to understand it. Half of them have meetings with us because they just don't understand what the
We're
stuff is
saying yeah.
saying, and they're like, I need to go through it. Obviously, a lot of these people are elderly as well that were coming to us, so they need a bit of assistance to understand what's going on. But when I've been using ChatGPT, if you type in something and say
It just explains it, bro.
explain it to the average layman, it will make it so simple. And I think if you
Mm.
imagine if you just that could just like how much time that could save us if you just said,
But here, yeah.
you man,
But
use
you know what I'm
this.
saying? This is even the flip side, even the problem, because some people are arguing, all right, cool, but then isn't that
Yeah.
going to take bare jobs away?
You
Even
know what?
outside
It
of the
may
law, obviously with law is a bit more complicated, but just in
mm,
general, is that not going to just wig bare people's jobs off?
Yeah, no, I probably will. it's what it's what it's what no, but do you know, it encourages us to become more specialized in different
Mm,
areas than what we used to do. Because I feel like the jobs we are doing now, some jobs which are available now, wouldn't have been available 100 years ago. Do you get what I'm saying?
mm,
People have had to
mm,
specialize in new things constantly in order to
for
find
sure.
space for them within society. So the same way, there's always going to be something new that's going to come about that's going to take someone's job. Do you get what I'm saying? But
Mm,
the same
mm,
way, like for
mm, mm.
example, Toys R Us closed however many, well, like 10 years ago. All those
Right,
workers.
yes,
So what are
that's
you going to do
nuts.
now? Not get a new job in a new toy store just because you're going to have to find something different to do.
True,
Things sectors are going to close. But a
true,
new one's going to open. Do you get what I'm saying?
true.
And it's whether
Yeah,
you
yeah.
choose to
Hmm.
maximize the opportunity or just be vexed about the situation that your sector's closed before. Do you get what I'm saying? Coal miners, it's not a thing like that anymore. We've moved
No,
on. All the
no,
mines
that's
have
even true.
closed. But what are you gonna do? Not work? You got kids. You got food needs to be put on the table. You got to do something. Do you get what I'm saying? So don't get me wrong. It's unfortunate, but in the world we're growing
We're
up
living it.
in, things are moving quick.
It's just how it is.
It is.
I even hear it.
Do
I
you get what
even
I'm
hear it.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
You got to
I'm
move
even gonna
on.
hop off. I've got to hop on to my meeting in it.
Oh, sorry. You got a meeting?
I'm pretty smooth, but I'll even shout you after work. Innit?
Yeah, no. Say no more. Say no more. Catch
Say
you in
no
a bit.
more. All right, calm. In a minute.
In a bit.